Ahoy, Filthy Pirates. This is Danimal, and welcome to another episode of Talking Filthy. Filthy Pirate Coffee is all about mustering our crew on the quarterdeck to chat over some amazing low-acid coffee. Just a warning, we do occasionally have episodes that contain explicit language, sensitive topics, or controversial discussions. We are pirates, so yeah, there's that. You can find out more about us on our website at www.filthypirate.coffee. Good morning. Welcome to Talking Filthy. I'm here with Karen from Women's Warriors. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
It's Monday. We kick off the week.
Right.
So we're going to talk about your program, which is a nonprofit that represents and helps female veterans returning back home, correct? In a nutshell?
Yes.
So tell us about it.
All right. So, Women Warriors is a nonprofit, as you said. It's dedicated to serving our female veterans here in the local area, Pima County and Cochise County. I have an office out there in Sierra Vista with a female veteran who runs that one over at the Warrior Healing Center. And I've just now got an office here in Tucson, Arizona. We started in 2016, basically as a small resource fair. We had Martha McSally there. She presented a speech and some gifts to a female veteran that I found who just recently got off the streets into a housing program. She tugged at my heartstrings at that point in time, her and her son, two sons actually, Elijah and Dylan. Just knowing that these two children and the mother were suffering on the streets, finally getting into housing, not knowing how to and where to go while they were there. They were street smart, but as far as being in a home, she had no clue. She was lost. Now she's got bills. Now she's got this, and she's just overwhelmed with everything. Myself being both street smart and able to run a household, I was able to help her. Get furniture, clothing, gift cards, stuff for the kids.
Now you're talking about this is before. Is this the trigger moment that
correct.
You said I need to formalize this?
Right. This was back in 2016 when this just all began. And that's when I kind of really realized that other than trying to get my husband's disability benefits when he fell terminally ill.
So your family's military?
Correct.
Okay.
My husband is, yes. He's Army.
Okay.
But in 2014, he was diagnosed with a terminal illness, interstitial lung disease due to the burn pits. So
burn pits being where they would burn the bathroom waste.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Overseas, yeah, they burn everything.
Yeah.
And somebody has to stir it up and move it around, and it's a serious, important topic to talk about.
Yeah, it really is. There's a group called Burn Pits 360, so if you've heard of them, you'll get all the information you need. I turn to them when I have questions about what's going on with him. With that said, trying to navigate the VA.gov system to get his disability.
Federal system, yes.
Get it all filed, get it. Yeah, I had no idea there was veteran service officers out there. I had no idea. I didn't know where to go. I went to VA.gov, started researching, started doing all this, applying for this, filing for his benefit. It got kicked back or it didn't go through because they kept asking for more paperwork. So it took over 2 years to finally get anything from them. And I realized and I learned from my mistakes as to why it was getting kicked back to the beginning and starting from there, just because every time you send in a piece of paperwork, it starts all over again.
Yeah, so I imagine you're sensing frustration.
No.
You're feeling lost. You're feeling that you're just swimming upstream and
not getting anywhere. Just not getting anywhere. Every time you look at that e-benefits, it's processing. It's at this stage, or it's at this stage, or it got kicked back to this stage. It was frustrating. It really was. So right. I can imagine how it would feel for a veteran to have to do that themselves.
Especially a mom taking care of two kids, trying to live and survive and have to fight through this system.
Exactly.
Are you a founder of this organization?
Yes, okay. Yes, I am. Like I said, we started it in 2016. It was just a small resource fair. I was one of the other resource agencies there. The Vet Center, Mr. Keith Hamlin and TJ Rizzuti from the homeless clinic, they were joking with me and they were like, "Hey, Karen, you just opened up a can of worms." And I was like thinking, okay.
You know what's interesting? I've had a few experiences recently over the last few years with other veteran nonprofit groups, and they all tell me it's worth it, but man, is it an uphill, to get the 503 certification and all of these other things. It is a can of worms.
Well,
but in the end, it's worth it.
It is worth it. And it was a struggle because me not being a veteran and being female, trying to make it as a respected veteran organization was really hard. I was always at different events. I was doing outreach tables. I was, I was getting pretty much in everyone's little areas to say, hey, we are here. We're here to stay. Then I started, when I did become a 501, I started asking for donations as far as monetary. Then I went out and started helping female veterans financial ways. They would come to me to, they needed their
help with bills.
Anything, car repairs, food, anything. And I would go to these other different organizations and say, hey, listen, you know what? This female veteran who has this to pay, and I can only do this much. Can you help me out? And definitely they was helping me donation matches, and we would get the veterans bills paid. So I just became one of those ones that, that was there, being in everyone's faces.
I was going to say, I can tell you're not afraid to say it.
No,
get right out there and here's what we're trying to achieve. Can you help me or not?
I think it basically stems from when I was homeless and I had to survive. I'm going on over 10 years clean and sober, and the life that I led up to now was horrible. I mean, I lived through so much, but I learned how to survive. And with that said, going out and asking for money, saying, hey, listen, I need this, I need that, I want this, pretty much, and I joke about it, taught me how to ask for things.
Sure.
You can't, it doesn't hurt to ask.
Right.
All they can do is say no.
And having that experience for you, both the veteran navigating the federal bureaucracy as well as navigating the rough life of living and surviving on your own, I think is probably what really helps you foster that relationship with other people, I'm guessing, that want to help.
I'm very open and honest with my past and my story, and it's touched a few.
Sure.
Because they sit there and they look at me like, oh, wow, I would never tell that you were an alcoholic drug addict.
Yeah. So let's talk about, where are you located? What's your website?
Right, so right now, we are located at 5851 East Speedway. It's on the corner of Speedway and Sahara, behind the old Platinum Fitness building next door to the pool. Hard to find, but there's balloons and stuff if you look for them. And at Sierra Vista, we have the office over on San Paseo.
Okay.
Luis Drive. It's over at the Warrior Healing Center. And we are open Monday through Friday for women warriors, 8 to 2 o'clock. I'm not sure if you know this, but within our office, our nonprofit, I've opened up a boutique, like a little thrift store called Wendy's Collection Boutique. It's also inside that office. And in this boutique, our female veterans are able to get, interview clothing, work clothing, everyday accessories at no cost to them, our program veterans. But we are also open to the public for purchase, and that's what pretty much funds Women Warriors.
Okay. Folks can go in there and purchase things. That money goes right back into helping female veterans. Correct. And then the female veterans that are looking to get things that help them get their jobs and their needs come to you
come
folks.
To us.
Yeah. And it's called Women's Warriors.
Women Warriors.
Women Warriors.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And what is your website address?
It's and I completely forgot you asked that question.
No, that's okay. It's always important. People want to know, what's the quickest way to find you?
Right. It's, of course, womenwarriorstucson.com.
Okay, got it. Karen.
Yes.
How are things looking for you folks? Is it?
It's starting to look up. We're getting there. It's like I said, with me moving out of the house, that's where I was doing all this work, into an office space. There's more overhead. I have tons of volunteers, which is wonderful. We have tons of donations, which is wonderful. But we need to start the programs, our life skill classes. And in order to do that, I would like to move the boutique out into the other area that's up front, more visible off of Speedway, which is an 8,300 square foot office. Then I can use a 600 square foot office to use for classes. We can have our life skill classes with Christine, who is our certified peer support specialist, who is there Monday through Thursday, 10 to 2. Also, and then it's a series that follows after that. We want to be able to have computer classes, sewing classes, what else was there?
So you have plans of growth for these ladies. Lots of stuff.
Yeah.
The idea is when they come out of the military, or if they've been out for a while and they need help in many categories, you're going to be able to help them hopefully stand on their own 2 feet.
Exactly. With this area, we'll be able to do interview skills classes because, it's a lot different out here. Just completely, how do you want to say it? Your resumes, you need to kind of word it a little bit different. You have this certain skill, but it's a military skill, but you can actually translate it to a civilian skill, and, it'll help a little bit more. And then just knowing how you need to get into these interviews and just practicing kind of help as well.
Most impactful story? You don't have to give any names or anything.
Oh, wow.
That really
pick one.
Yeah. Well, maybe not the most, but one that sticks out. One of many that you felt really proud that it all came together and it worked.
I had this female veteran who had a young son. She left a bad relationship, moved into her own apartment, had no money, nowhere to turn. She's in a new area, new space. I picked her and her son up one day and we spoke and I got to know her a little bit. We went out and got her some food, some more resources, and she ended up getting a really, really good job and was able to move out of this one apartment into a nicer place. And now she's self-employed. Now she has her own business. So she just needed that little hand up rather than that handout.
Sure. Yeah. So, that little bit of confidence, someone standing by her side, not, putting her down, not holding her down, but standing by her side
and not enabling her, right. Basically.
Yeah. Just show her where to go.
Right. Well,
that's awesome. What's the big next step? You thinking you would love to see that extra space up front. So if folks out there are listening and they want to help out, sounds like you have enough staff and you have enough donations at the moment, but it sounds like monetarily. You need to expand to give more services to these folks.
Exactly. They can reach myself at 520-345-5273 or email me at www.womenwarriors2.com for more information.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck at what you're doing.
Thank you.
You're doing a noble cause. You have a lot on your plate. Thank you for your husband's service.
We're losing a lot of young veterans that are coming out. I mean, just really young.
And that's not even talk about the mental health side of things. We've got light years of work to do there to get our vets the help that they need so we can get that 22 a day to zero, hopefully. That's our goal. And
hopefully we can end military sexual trauma too.
Yeah, listen, gentlemen, if you're serving in a uniform, knock it off. This stuff that's going on now is ridiculous, enough. So I hope that we can make service life for everyone involved a lot better in the future. With that said, any parting words?
We have some upcoming events that hopefully some of your viewers or listeners, like to attend. We are hosting a huge fundraising gala over at the International Wildlife Museum. It's called Christmas in July Spectacular. It's July 3rd from 5 to 9. Tickets are $50. So it's just going to be silent auctions, and if you've never been to the International Wildlife Museum,
it's awesome. Yeah.
I was in complete awe when I went in there to look at the space. Please let us know and we'll look for it on Eventbrite. I will be posting that soon.
And hopefully life looks like it's coming back to normal for us. Yeah. It looks very optimistic for everyone in the country that we're going to open the doors to places and we're going to get out and we're going to do stuff. If you've got nothing else to do, go see this event. Go see a whole bunch of other events. Go support people. It doesn't take much to help from your own, but if we do it together, we can help a lot of people. So July 3rd. Pay attention to their social media, Instagram, Facebook, their website. You can track everything that's going on. If you've got an idea, thought, want to help, reach out to Karen by phone, by email. Let her know that you're available in whatever way you can help. Just start small, work your way up. Anything and everything helps. Perfect. Karen, thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
God bless and march on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Filthy Pirates, we hope you all enjoyed the show today. Hit that like and subscribe button to follow us on our YouTube channel. Check us out at www.filthypirate.coffee or come see us to sample our amazing coffee at our store. Stay caffeinated and give no quarters to your morning.